occupational therapist with Mecklenburg County Public Schools. The student, with a simple whiteboard and one dry erase marker, could write down the word that they are having trouble spelling for their assignment. Could be spelling words, could be something within an assignment. After they've got it down here, they could even have a couple variations of spellings on here. Then they could use the...
I'm Jennifer Vetla, occupational therapist as well. Using the spell check, Franklin spell checks. This particular one that you gave us today was neat because it has less functions on it. A lot of my kids get overwhelmed with the ones we have because there's additional functions, thesaurus and stuff. So they could take their sample spelling words and plug them in here and try it. Another thing we learned about today was Franklin spellers with auditory output, and I think for a lot of my students that's going to be the thing I'm looking for, because even given the list of choices they don't recognize the correct word. So by the auditory output one, they can pick it, look back at their samples that they had on their whiteboard and make the correct decision.
And then practice writing it the correct way.
Hi, I'm Meg Lumpkin from Greensville County Public Schools, Greensville Elementary School, and this is Angela Bennett from Greensville Elementary Schools. We have decided to use our voice recorder photo picture frame for our ESL children. I teach pre-K and I have several children that do not speak English, so we have decided that we would use the board maker or have pictures in here and then record it to help build vocabulary. And once the child had used the voice recorder photo frame, then
they can use the voiceover to reinforce, record their own versions of how to pronounce the words to reinforce what they heard with our picture voice.
I'm a special education teacher at Birmingham County Public Schools. My name is Janice Fletcher. I teach second grade at Maharan-Powelton Elementary School in Birmingham County. Here we have two great assistive technology tools for you. This voiceover, as well as this, would be two great tools to use for redirection. They would be great to leave at centers for children to hear the directions of what they're supposed to do at that specific center. It would also be a great tool for ESL learners that may need extra directions a second time. It can provide clear or very precise directions for them just for repetition in the classroom.
And it also helps to provide directions. And, instead of the teacher having to say it over and over, they could go to the learning centers and just push the play button and it would re-give the directions.
Hi, I'm Krista, and I'm from Dinwiddie County Public Schools.
Hi, and I'm Barbara. I'm also from Dinwiddie, and we're here today with the visual timer. This one sits on your desktop.
And it is different from just your regular timer. Barbara's going to show you what you can do.
All you do is pull the knob down to the time that the child has to complete the task or how long they need to stay on task. And this one provides visual feedback as time is elapsing. The red area gets smaller and smaller so the child can see that the time is going away without much knowledge of time itself. You also have the option of auditory feedback with this. When the time ends, you can have it go ding.
Okay, and it helps with transitions from one activity to the next. It helps with helping a student stay on task, and they can visually see how much time they have left. And
from Powhatan County.
I'm Allison Harding from Powhatan.
From behind the trees.
Okay, today, Zach, we're going to be working on subtraction. We have two problems in front of us, and instead of writing today our numbers, we're going to stamp our numbers. So I have in front of you the paper and your stamps. I need you to pull out numbers 2, 3, 6, 8. These numbers? Yep. Number 2, number 3, number 6, and an 8. And the equal sign and subtraction sign. I've given you two problems that you're going to write down on your paper. For the first problem, I've shown you what it's going to look like after you stamp it. So I want you to go ahead and look at my example and stamp the first problem. Okay, great job. Now I want you to look at the second problem and see if you can go ahead and stamp that for me. Great job. Now I'm going to give you your pencil, and you have 5 minutes, and you're going to compute the answers.
Hi, I'm Amy Leonard, and I'm 3rd grade general ed teacher at Watkins Elementary in New Kent County.
And I'm Salvatore Vitale, special education teacher, same school. And today what we have is these graphing squares, which we decided we would use in our math class. We could create a 10 by 10 grid with them, and we would use it to review our multiples for multiplications.
And have the students kind of take out some of the numbers in the chart, and then have the students replace them and see, for skip counting and the other mathematical operations that could go with it.
Hi, I'm Leah Beard. I teach 1st grade in Hanover County. And I'm Sarah Kidd, and I teach special education with Leah in 1st grade, and I also teach kindergarten in Hanover County.
And we decided to talk about the wonderful use of Post-its today. We just thought we were able to think of lots of great ideas across the curriculum.
The first one we talked about was during reading. We can use them on the sides of the paper to just flip through the pages in case children have a hard time taking the pages apart as they're reading.
We also use them a lot for whole class activities and graphic organizers or collecting data. The kids can put some information on the Post-it and then just stick it right there up on the graphic organizer. It's good visual.
We use it a lot during our reading groups. We've taught them daily 5 activities, like making connections as they're reading. So they post it on the page when they made a connection, or also asking questions for the higher level thinkers as they're reading through the book.
And last, they're awesome visual reminders for those students who might have short attention spans or just need those nonverbal reminders, and especially because Post-its come in different colors, you can use them for the reminders for different things.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Edens. I'm a speech-language pathologist in Colonial Heights Public Schools.
I'm Ruth Stewart. I'm an occupational therapist for Colonial Heights Public Schools.
Okay, and our idea for our AT technology is to use the page-ups for kids to kind of arrange sight words, including that core vocabulary that we've all heard so much about, to put them in the page-ups and arrange them into a grammatically correct sentence, or you could put them in the page-ups and have them scrambled up and have the child arrange them, or they could pick them off the table and then you could go over each word and
They could read their sentence.
exactly, so reinforcing that core vocabulary.
And then if they were also working on visual motor integration, they could write their sentence.
Yes, and fine motor skills for OT, they can also put the Post-it notes, another AT strategy there, into the page ups, or moving them around for fine and gross motor skills.
I'm Zoe Parrish, and I work for Green County Public Schools. Today in our workshop we learned about a variety of low-tech devices to help support learning. Teachers can use these devices as assistive technology. And one device that I particularly liked was the VoiceOver. This is a transportable recording device. It captures up to 10 seconds of sounds, and my teaching partner and I thought we could use this to help our students with learning disabilities to spell more accurately. We are hoping that they will be able to record the word. For example, they will record the word cat, then they will play it back as they spell it so that they can hear the sounds out loud. That's how we will use the VoiceOver as an assistive technology device in our classroom.
I'm Danny Rogers from Richmond City Public Schools, Elkhart Middle School.
And I'm Beverly Gurley from Elkhart.
And today we were going to present some of the materials that we thought would ideally suit one of our students who has trouble with his writing and translating his text messages down onto paper. So we first off came up with a writing prompt that we would like him to use these dry erase boards so that he has the confidence now that he can come in, quickly erase something because he does struggle with his handwriting, and put his ideas down without the pressure of it being on paper. So he can just move forward, and it's a confidence building exercise for him. Once he's got his ideas down, we wanted to have him translate those over using the raised ruled paper so that he can get the tactile quality to help him with his the legibility of his writing, which is pretty poor right now. And finally, added support working with his spelling, the children's dictionary, and also we really liked this function because you can enter something phonetically and it will come up with the proper word. Yes. So he can give him the options, so he'll be able to tell what he's actually looking for versus going to your standard dictionary.
That's good.
So we're thinking these three things will very much support him in his efforts to write.
And spell.
And spell.
I'm Cheryl Allard from Carter G. Woodson Middle School in Hopewell.
And my name is Evelyn O'Hara, and I'm also from Carter G. Woodson in Hopewell. And we chose the Franklin Children's Dictionary with Spell Correct as our AT favorite item. Okay, I thought that this was one of the best things that I have ever seen. It's the Franklin Children's Dictionary.
And it can be used to access over 44,000 words and their definitions.
And it has a phonetic spell correction, which means that you can enter a word the way it sounds. The dictionary will provide the student with alternatives.
And several of our students have decoding issues.
Although another unique feature is there is a handwriting guide that will show how to form letters in print or in cursive.
And you can play word games, build vocabulary through your own personal spelling lists.
Okay, finally, just when you think that it can't possibly do anything else, there's also a homophone guide and a calculator.
And it's like a small handheld game, which our middle schoolers love.
Hello, my name is Jamila Mack, and I'm from Charles City High School, and I teach English.
My name is Becky Conti, and I'm from Hanover Schools, and I'm an occupational therapist.
Today that we're going to be highlighting the bar magnifier.
And it's great for helping students to track while they're reading. They can use it to go down the page.
Also, another thing that it's great for is for students who are having trouble reading the small font and probably like an article or a novel. The font will increase in size, so it can help them really follow along with the rest of the class.
And it's also very lightweight, which is nice and durable, so it will last a long time.
And another bonus with it is that it's a ruler, so for all the math students, they'll be able to follow along too.
I'm Maya Smith.
I'm Johan Brown.
We are from
Sarah,
Third
Virginia. And the assistive technology that we have selected is the dry erase, personal dry erase board.
The dry erase board can be used for any subject. It can be used to answer oral questions. Just write your answer down on there. It can be used in writing to brainstorm ideas for a topic, or for visual spelling. I personally am a visual speller. I have to see it to know if it's spelled right. Or we can do sentence corrections on the dry erase board. In reading, you can have somebody jot down the main idea as they are reading, or if they have questions about the reading, they can just jot those down. For math, you can work out equations on the dry erase board.
And that can work for science too.
It can also help for organizational skills with a visual scheduler or writing down like a things to do list.